Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we talk about all things fandom and we talk about them in a positive way. That being said, this is Saturday. And on Saturday, we talk about something. Things that we don't get to talk about the rest of the time. So what do we got to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk a little bit about Star Wars and the character of Reva and how she is kind of important to the ongoing plot of Star Wars, despite what you hear from the haters. So let's jump right into that. No, Miko did not change colors. This is his puppy brother, Max. And due to the fact that there is fireworks outside, well, he's sort of a little bit freaked out. Normally, he don't like to be on camera, but Miko's laying down right below us, and Max is sort of freaked out. So here is Max. And let's continue on with the topic at hand, which is Reva is more important to Star Wars than we know. And this is the reason why. Basically, we have been told that there have been Inquisitors hunting Jedis. We know that this has been true in the past. Now, a lot of people have a problem when they think that Reva actually ends up rewriting history, and she really doesn't rewrite anything. In fact, she is a blank slate character, something that Star Wars has not seen in a while. Now, the biggest problem that I've seen with a lot of people, a lot of the haters, are saying that she is a woman, and that is why they do not like the character. And sad but true, this is what the YouTube channels that hate on Star Wars are feeding you. That somehow her being a woman makes her a horrible character. And they can say all they want. That is the character development that they are talking about. Yet they bring up the fact that she is a woman on the constant. And you can't have it both ways. You can't say that you don't like a character because you don't like the character and then turn around and say that you don't like the character because she's a woman. That's not the way fandom should work, and that's not the way we do this channel. If I don't like the character, I don't like the character because I don't like the character. It's not a matter of who it is in terms of their sexual, preferences, their gender, or anything. If I don't like a character, I don't like the character. That being said, you give every character that comes along the fair shot that they deserve. And right away with the character of Reva, we got the sense that she was overcompensating for what she was doing. She seemed like she wanted to work too hard at being bad. And we were like, why? Why is this the case? Why does she work so hard at being bad? Well, as time progresses, and spoilers here, if you have not seen Obi-Wan, you might want to stop the video here and watch the series and then come back to this video, because we are going to have spoilers here, but I'm going to try not to spoil any major events. I'm just going to talk a little bit about the character and why she is important. And here's the thing. She overcompensates in a way that she's trying to pretend to be more bad than she is. And the reason is that she was a Padawan who was ultimately put in a situation that was unwinnable. Either A, she let Anakin Skywalker kill her, or B, she ran, or C, she kind of swore her loyalty to him. And any way that you think that that went, we know she didn't die. So the fact that she kind of had to swear her loyalty to him in the first place to survive tells you a lot about where her headset was. Did Anakin kill every Padawan in there? It has been a topic of debate for a while. This point of contention among fans where you go, he did kill every Padawan. And then you have a lot of people saying, well, how come Grogu is alive? And why is this a thing? And if Anakin was so evil, how come Luke could turn him in the later timeline? Basically, a lot of people had a problem with him killing the Padawans from the beginning. Thus was the point of a lot of people's problem with Revenge of the Sith. He killed the children. And it's an ongoing rule that you don't kill children in TV shows and all this. You really don't. But yet, everyone always seems to break that rule. And the reason they break that rule is it makes an impact. So when you're looking at the character and saying, how come this happened? Well, the reason it happened is because it had to. At the end of the day, it had to happen. The reason it had to happen is simple. You had to make Anakin Skywalker irredeemable. Because Darth Vader had to be the villain that you didn't think was going to be redeemed. And I know a lot of people think, oh, well, we already knew that Darth Vader was redeemed. But here's the problem with that. Not all the people that are fans of the prequels had seen the original series yet. And as you're watching, if you watch it in chronological order, you have to believe that he is irredeemable. So yes, he had to kill all of them. But now you have Reva, and Reva doesn't get killed. Well, what exactly happens to her? She turns into one of the bad guys. But here's the thing. She only turns into one of the bad guys to actually take out Darth Vader. We find out that she doesn't want to be like Anakin Skywalker. She wants revenge. And not just on Anakin Skywalker, but kind of on the world that set her up this way. Look at it from the little kid's perspective. She grew up kind of this quasi-prisoner of the Jedi Order. They took her as an infant, started training her to be a Jedi because she had a certain set of skills. Now, the problem with this becomes she saw her friends murdered. She saw all of her friends murdered. Everyone she loves was killed. Now, that's enough to hurt anyone. That's enough to freak anyone out. All right, so Max has jumped down for the time being, but here's the thing. That's enough to freak anyone out, and it should freak everyone out, because ultimately she's put in a situation where she can work with the bad guys in hopes of betraying them at a later date. However, when you put yourself in that situation, you ultimately are doing bad things just to hide your intentions. And she ultimately becomes the villain that she didn't want to be. And that makes the character really intriguing to me. The fact that in her head, she gets so caught up that she starts to blame the Jedi for all the atrocities that did happen. So now the Jedis are the bad guys in her head. So then at the end of it all, when she has to do that final deed in the show, she has to kidnap a certain someone and ultimately try to kill that person. She can't do it. And that makes for a good story because she is this blank slate character now. Because you can ask, why didn't Anakin kill her? Why didn't Darth Vader kill her? Well, Anakin Darth Vader didn't know that she knew who he was. And Obi-Wan don't care that she knows who Anakin is, that she knows that Anakin's Darth Vader. Obi-Wan don't care. And the reason he don't care is this. At the end of the day, he lost. All the Jedi lost, and they are in hiding. They are in hiding. They have no idea when or if they will ever be able to come back and put things right. They are being hunted down and murdered. And for that reason, he's not going to jump out into the open or actually care that she knows who Anakin is now. So why wouldn't he leave her alive? And people are using this to kind of say that the character is broken or somehow has destroyed Star Wars. In all actuality, at this point in time within within the history of Star Wars. She's like about maybe 21, 22 at the most. So when you look at it later on down the line, she would be at the end of whatever career she has chosen. And since she is a blank slate character, the sky is the limit for where you go with this character. People are always saying that the Star Wars universe seems too small. The haters are always saying this. The Star Wars universe seems too small. We want to see new characters. But then when the new characters come along, they don't want to see these new characters because they want their old characters to be a part of everything. And that's completely understandable. You always want your old characters to be important, but you have to progress the story in new and interesting ways to keep it fresh and exciting. So to have a character like this that is a blank slate character is super exciting. Here's what I think should happen with the character Reva. And let me know if you think that this should happen. I think ultimately she should end up being a bounty hunter. Why? She has the skill set of an inquisitor. She can ultimately get any job done. And wait, is she a good bounty hunter? Why isn't she called for Darth Vader much later on to go after Luke Skywalker and all of those people? Well, there's a very simple explanation for that. The simple explanation for that is, would you call back someone who ultimately betrayed you? Or if you're that person and they don't know that you are that person, would you go and face down Darth Vader knowing that there's a chance he could recognize that this great bounty hunter he's heard of is one of the people who used to work for him that he thought had died? Or he thought had betrayed him? You probably wouldn't. So she could very well exist during the time of The Mandalorian and just be at that end of her career. Maybe even teaching new bounty hunters the way. So I think there's a lot of room, a lot of story left to tell for this character. I think it's going to be exciting to see where they can take it. Hey, so leave us a comment in the comment box. What do you think about the character? Do you like her and dislike her? What are the reasons you like her or dislike her? Where do you think the character should go now that we know her fate within the Obi-Wan series? We want to hear from you no matter what opinion you have. We are all fans. That being said, make sure that you're hitting that like button so that YouTube knows that you like this video. YouTube likes it when you like the video, and we like it too. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Miko thinks we need more subscribers, and this little face wouldn't lie to you. So then, while you're down there hitting that subscribe button, also make sure you're hitting that notification bell so you don't miss a single video. Share this video with all of your friends so they get the same great content you get. And at the end of the day, people, no matter what opinion you have on any topic, if you like the content and you are a fan, you are part of something bigger, because fandom is family.